Nightmare Areola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? First, let me give a shout out to one of my subscribers, Aid72. Okay, he sent me this link, and where is this from? This is from the ReadingEagle.com. Okay, now we know that Travis Kaufman, he's from Reading, Pennsylvania, so this is his hometown paper. Okay, let me give a shout out. Who wrote this article? Ryan Remp. Okay, so he wrote the article. I'm going to read some quotes from this, and I'm going to give my opinion about what Travis Kaufman had to say. He says, in 2006, I made a promise that I will be the heavyweight champion of the world. I will have one of the belts around my waist, Kaufman said recently. And look, here it is 10 years later, and here's my opportunity. Word is that if everything goes well, we'll be fighting heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder in his comeback fight in February or March. Marshall Kaufman of King's Promotions revealed. Okay, goes on to say, we have had talks about fighting Wilder sometime next year, said Reading's heavyweight contender. But it's not set in stone yet. I've got to take care of September 9th first, so he has a fight here in about 8 days. Okay, he's fighting Josh Gormley, who's 22-5 with 21 knockouts. Some of you may remember that name from a few months ago because I did the, I put it out there that Andy Ruiz Jr. was fighting Josh Gormley, and then I did the post-fight video to that fight. So Gormley, 42 years old, he took, he took like 16 years off, and then he came back and it took like 2 fights, I believe, and then he fought Andy Ruiz Jr. I think Ruiz stopped him in 3 rounds, all right? Now this goes on, and this fight's going to be on this fight where Gormley and Kaufman will be a part of the PBC. All right, goes on to say, this is the first time we're having 2 world championship fights on one card, so it's definitely Reading's biggest event ever, said Marshall Kaufman, Travis's father. Then with Travis on the undercard as well, that's what really makes it over the top. I don't think you can ask for anything better than this. Okay. I haven't been in the ring since the fight with Areola, a 12-round loss by split decision in December, so I'm just knocking off some rust and working on my timing, Kaufman said earlier this month. But come fight night, I'll be 100%. Now, following that that fight with Areola, Areola went on to fail a post-fight drug test for marijuana. So that fight was later changed to a no decision, all right? Then after spending roughly 19 months on the shelf, 2014, 2015, due to ACL surgery and the rehab that followed, Kaufman returned to the ring last August with a first-round knockout over Richard Carmack of St. Louis, Missouri. Okay, so it goes on to say, I had another knee surgery, but I'm good, said Kaufman, who celebrated his 31st birthday last week. I have some missing cartilage, but it's just one of those things I'm going to have to deal with. As a heavyweight fighter, you're going to have to deal with certain issues. You either deal with it or you walk away. Okay, then it also goes on to say, with Danny Jacobs of Brooklyn taking on Sergio Mora of Los Angeles for the WBA World Middleweight title, and Richard Kami of Ghana fighting Robert Easter. I like Robert Easter, man. I think he's a good up-and-coming fighter. Of Toledo, Ohio for the vacant IBF lightweight title on the Santander card, Kaufman is aware that a lot of eyeballs will be watching the event in Reading, which will be televised on Spike at 9 p.m. He also doesn't really care. He says, my focus isn't to worry about who else is fighting on the card. He said, Danny Jacobs is a good friend of mine, and I know Robert Easter, but my focus is Travis Kaufman, like it should be. Then he goes on to say, there's no better place to be than home. Every time I fight in this city is on my back, he said. I push myself every day because I know I have this city dependent on me. I want to motivate my city to know there's good things that come out of Reading. All right. Then it goes on to say, Kaufman also referenced the impact of former Reading basketball standout Donyell Marshall and rising senior star Lonnie Walker IV as examples of giving the city something positive to support. Danielle Marshall. He played basketball for University of Connecticut, and he played for the Minnesota Timberwolves too, back in the day, and some other teams. Anyways, he says, to have a kid that grew up in Reading and know I'm 1 or 2 fights away from the heavyweight championship of the world, this is huge, he said. That's why I always try to reiterate to the youth that if you have a dream, you never give up. I don't care how many people say you can't do it. All right, then it says, if he gets past Gormley, he will be 1 step closer to fulfilling that lofty 10-year-old promise. Tickets for Santander card are available at www.ticketmaster.com. And again, the fight will be taking place September 9th, and it's a PBC card, okay? All right. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I said, I came out with a video, and now this isn't set in stone. Now, this is just, Kaufman and his team talking. It's not like Deontay Wilder and his team have came out and said that, he's going to be one of the guys that they fight. I haven't even heard who Deontay Wilder said he's going to fight when he comes back. We have some months to wait here going into next year. But if he takes on Kaufman, and nothing against Kaufman, nothing against the Reading, native. I know he has a dream to fulfill and, has a damn good record, only 1 defeat on his record. So no disrespect to him, I seen him fight a few times. His last fight, I seen the fight with Areola. I thought he won that fight outright. I had him up by 1 point in that Areola fight. Good skills, good fundamentals. He's a solid fighter. I've seen some interviews with Kaufman on Shots Out to True School Sports on his channel. He had, and Kaufman isn't scared of anybody. He said he'll fight Ortiz, Wilder. He isn't scared to fight anybody. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. Just conversing with the fans I converse with, they're not going to be happy if Deontay Wilder comes back and fight Travis Kaufman. Majority of the fans that I converse with, not going to be happy about it. And when I came out with that video, I was asking fans, when Wilder comes back, do you think, he's coming off of his hand surgery and his bicep surgery, do you think he should step right into whoever the mandatory is going to be? Whether it's going to be Povetkin or if it's going to be Stavern. I know Stavern and Povetkin was ordered by the WBC to fight for that interim title. So I'm not sure when that fight's going to take place, but I don't know, man. I mean, Wilder has fought some good opposition through his career. Malik Scott, Stavern, Duapa, Molina, Spilka. But now we want to see him fight one of the top, 5 type of fighters in the world. Not just sanctioned body, but just one of the top 5 type of fighters, or, whoever the mandatory is going to be, So, I mean, again, nothing's set in stone. This is just Travis Kaufman's side of the story. And for him and his people, of course, it'd be a fantastic moment for them. But it's just as fans of the division, we want to see Wilder in there, trying to unify or fight his mandatory. But just putting it out there, though, man, if, he doesn't fight his mandatory first and they want to bring Wilder back after this injury and give him I'm not going to say a soft touch, but just the, like a voluntary defense. Travis Kaufman is one of the names that they're bringing up. It'd be a, easy fight to make. PBC, Al Heyman. I think it'd be an easy fight to make, But my thing about Wilder taking another fight, like a voluntary fight because he's coming off an injury, I said this in the video I made. It's like, okay, well, this is his 3rd surgery on his right hand. I think his right hand is going to give him problems till his career is over with. This isn't just like some freak incident against Areola. This is 3rd surgery to a hand that has pins in it. You know what I mean? So what are we going to do okay, let's just say he fights Kaufman, right? And he wins the fight, but then he breaks his hand again, or he needs another surgery. Do we just keep giving him voluntaries, because he broke his hand? I don't know, man. I don't want to shit on Travis Kaufman, but only way I think he should get this title fight, man, is if he were to beat like Luis Ortiz or, or something like that, man. But I'm just getting it out there, though. This is one of the guys, at least from his side of the story, that him and his team, they're hearing that they're 1 or 2 fights away from securing a Deontay Wilder fight. You guys let me know what you think about this, man, in the comment section. I'm out.